Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to start by, I'm just going to make a quick request. I see there's a lot of people over here. Guys, just move into the middle. We only got a couple of minutes. We're not going to take too much time. But this is a special day for Arpan and the entire team. And I think we all need to make sure that come October, Arpan is the MP for Brampton North. When you look at Arpan, you see exactly what we need in a federal representative. Someone who has worked at every level of government. Someone who was born and raised right here in Brampton North. Exactly, that's a big part of it. Knowing your community, understanding your community is something that Arpan knows. And the amount of people that you see here today, the diversity you see here today, is a testament to the hard work of Arpan over the past years. Arpan has immersed himself into Brampton issues, and he's been a vocal advocate for the city of Brampton. And someone who's only a phone call away. There is no one more accessible than Arpan, and that's exactly who you need in a federal representative. When we look at the province and we look at the federal side, there's a lot of issues that we see and a lot of issues that have been created. But one of the biggest things I see as a challenge is making sure that the future generations of this province have the same opportunities that we did when me and Arpan were growing up, when you guys were coming here. You guys all came here, a lot of us are immigrants to this beautiful country. We came here, we worked hard, we had opportunities. We had every opportunity possible, but today we see a Prime Minister who is racking up our debt, interest payments, taking opportunities away from so many younger Canadians and younger generations and the future generations of this province. So we need a government that will return us to fiscal responsibility, a government that will continue looking after our best interests, Bramptonians' best interests, and delivering on good projects for the city of Brampton. I don't think anyone can point to anything that the federal government has done to improve the life of Bramptonians. We need a strong advocate for Brampton at Parliament Hill. And there is no one better to do that than my good friend, Arpan Khanna. So I'm not going to, yes, big round of applause for Arpan. So I won't take up too much time because I know everyone here is excited to be here to support Arpan. We need to make sure we bring out our families and friends, not only to door knock, we're going to help him, we're going to donate to his campaign, and we're going to make sure that every single day we're knocking on doors, working hard. And now I have the absolute pleasure to introduce the next MP for Brampton North, Arpan Khanna.
Is this mic working? Probably not. Okay. Colonel Mike. Colonel Mike. I'm still learning the ins and outs of politics, but it's always a tough act to follow. Minister, thank you so much for that warm introduction. Please give the minister a round of applause. He said it so perfectly. There's 57 days left till we get rid of Justin Trudeau and make Andrew Scheer our Prime Minister. But before I begin my long speech, I want to quickly recognize some of my friends from elected office who have been there for me since day one. Our MP, a former MP, Parm Gill, who's now the Milton MPP and the Parliamentary Secretary. Obviously, Pramni Singh Sataria, our newly minted Cabinet Minister. I know Amarjot is on his way and a few others are coming as well. We have two ministers joining us around 2 p.m. Senator Salma Atulajan was also here, so she had to leave. But the most important thing is also our candidates. We have a strong team here in Brampton and across the GTA of folks who will be running alongside, who will be working day in, day out to make sure we actually get our message to the grassroots. So I want to recognize my friend Murari Lal Tapaliya from Brampton West. Ramandeep Brar was also here from Brampton South. Please give a round of applause. Don't hold the applauses back. We got lots to give today. We have Ramona Singh from Brampton East, Mrs. Pavanjit Gosal from Brampton Center, and I know other candidates will be joining us as well. But more importantly, we are here because of you. Each and every single one of you. I would not be standing on this stage if it wasn't for your blessings, if it wasn't for your prayers, your support, your love. Because at the end of the day, doesn't matter what office you run for, you are nothing without a team. So please give yourself a round of applause. I know my parents are here, my family and everyone. I have some friends who've known me from my elementary school days. Some friends I met on the campaign trail very, very recently, but have become very, very close to my heart. So each and every one of you, thank you. As you all know, when we started this campaign, it's a grassroots campaign. We started from scratch. We all came together, door by door, and started building a movement. And as you know, I'm proud of Brampton North. I have a very, very strong connection. I'm born and raised in Brampton North. I grew up in the M section, which is not too far from here. I have some M section friends here. I now live in Springdale, and like most of your families, see, my family also came here. They chose Canada. Like you, they worked hard, they made sacrifices, so that not only they get ahead, but so do their kids. And that is what the Canadian dream is all about. It's about achieving your full potential. Yeah, you can clap for that, full potential. The issue we're having now is that Canadian dream is slowly fading away, thanks to Justin Trudeau and the Liberals. We've seen in the last 4 years a Prime Minister who all he cares about is his photo ops, all he cares about is the kind of socks he's wearing. He's been running around country to country, but there's nothing with substance. He is not governing. And what breaks my heart the most is that he's focused on his Liberal insiders, focused on friends like SNC. He's not working for us Canadians. And on October 21st, we're going to make sure we get him out of office and elect a Conservative government. You know, as I told you, I'm very proud of our community. I'm very proud of Brampton. And even here, we're starting to lose our competitive edge. We're starting to lose our folks. They're leaving. They're going to Milton. They're going to Caledon. They're going away from us. They're moving to Kleinburg, Mississauga. And that's because our local representatives are not fighting for us. They get elected, they disappear. And then election time comes, and now they're back at it again. They're back giving funding, they're back smiling for photos. Where were they? Where were they the last 3 years? I've said it before, Brampton does not need part-time MPs, we need full-time public servants. Whether it's crime, they failed on our bail process, they've put the rights of criminals before the victims, whether it's the job losses happening here in Brampton. Did you guys know 8% is our unemployment rate? The Liberals brag about that we have the lowest unemployment rate. But in Brampton, our youth unemployment rate is almost double the national average. Companies are closing shop and they're leaving Brampton. We need a government that will attract investment, that will go out there, find the businesses, whether it's from Turkey, whether it's from India, whether it's from Pakistan, it doesn't matter. We need stronger economic ties on the global scale. We all heard about the marijuana policy. The Liberals came out very, very strong about supporting marijuana. And I want to tell this very, very clear. I am opposed to any drugs being legalized. It's done now, but we're going to make sure we regulate it to make sure it stays out of the hands of our youth, of our young folks, and to make sure we protect that. The Liberals are focused on pushing drugs to our youth. We're focused on making sure there's positive investments in our future. We had the fitness tax credit. They got rid of that. We had a textbook credit. They got rid of that. They are not focused on what's good for the country. They wanted votes, they're chasing votes, and that's what they're doing. And in the campaign up ahead, you're gonna see a lot of mudslinging. You're gonna see a lot of name calling because they cannot defend their own record. The last 4 years has been a failure. And on top of that, they're gonna blame other governments. They're gonna point fingers. They're gonna tell you, oh, it's not our fault. It was the other guys that came in last year, it's not us. That's absolutely ridiculous. They've had 4 years to make a change, and they decided not to. So friends, Brampton has potential. We have so much God-given potential, but we need the right leadership. And as you know, something that's very close to me is seva. In our community, it means selfless service. And for me, what breaks my heart is to see that the MPs treat this as a job. If you are in politics to do a job, that's not the right reason you're here for. You have to make the sacrifices, you have to serve, because at the end of the day, each and every one of you are our bosses. We are just public servants. We are here to serve. We can never forget that. You're the boss. You're the taxpayer. We are just there to serve. So that mentality, the honesty, the integrity, having those values need to come back. We need a system that works for us, not the insiders. So friends, we've had a long journey. I was nominated last year on September 2nd. A lot of you may remember, I had a lot more hair. My hair is now thinning. I've been working so hard eating pakoras and samosas at everyone's house. I've built a dad bod without being a dad. So my stomach is starting to come out. Yeah, people are laughing. It's like, ha 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 ha. But it's all worth it because at the end of the day, we're doing this for you. And now with 57 days left, I need you to dig deep. I need you to come together because we're running a campaign of positivity, of hope, of optimism. We're running a campaign that's going to make sure that not only we get by, but we get ahead. And we're not going to divide. We're not going to divide. What we will do, we're going to make sure that it doesn't matter what language you speak, what religion, what God you worship, what country you're from, what you do for a living, that we are all united as Canadians. We're all united as Canadians. That's the most important thing. Because we are Canadians. We have to take care of our country. This is our country, this is our home. So for the next 57 days, please come out, volunteer, join us. We need all the help we could get. It's not going to be easy. Our job is to work, talk to your neighbors, spread the message. Come volunteer. It could be an hour, it could be 5 hours, it could be on election day. Whatever time you have, we need your commitment. Also to my business friends and others that want to contribute financially, no campaign can be successful without the financial contributions, so please dig deep for that as well. But let me tell you one thing. I believe in accessibility, I believe in hard work, I believe in positive energy, and I know with your blessings, with your support, we're going to make sure that Brampton North turns blue on October 21st. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for that. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what to do now. Pass my over. Parm, do you want to say a few words closing? Yeah. If most of you guys know, Parm Gill, our past MP and now the MP for Milton. Thank you.
Thank you, Arpan. Good afternoon, everybody. Sat Sri Akal, Namaste, Assalamu Alaikum. Prab and Arpan have covered pretty much all of the points in terms of why we need to get a Conservative government federally in Ottawa. There is no if and but all the mess that we've seen, we've inherited, over the last 4 years. There's a lot of work that needs to get done. We have 57 days to do this. You know, I've known Arpan. Of course, Arpan used to be my constituent. He has been living in Brampton. He mentioned he was born and brought up here in the city of Brampton. Someone who's very connected, someone who understands the issues, someone who has the experience. Honestly, he has been involved in the conservative politics ever since I have known Arpan, ever since he's a young kid. There are very few people that I can say that have worked at pretty much all levels of government, especially provincial, especially federal. And I like to point out, of course, with Arpan is Gagan Gill. Gagan Gill, honestly, is another one who's also a Bramptonian, but has done a tremendous work, both at provincial and at federal level. And these guys have all of the qualities. I've encouraged Arpan many times. Arpan, we need young people like yourself. We need you to run. We need you to put your name forward. And it's never easy. You know what? It takes a lot of time, effort, resources. It takes a toll not just on you as a candidate, but it also takes a toll on your family. It takes a toll on your friends. It's not easy to put your name forward. I'm honestly, as someone who's done this few times now, and I can tell you that it actually really does require a lot of heart and grit. So anyone that puts their name forward at any level, be municipal, provincial, or federal, you know, my hat's off to them, regardless of political stripes either, because it takes courage. We can do a number of things. You know what, if we don't like the system, we can sit back and we can criticize, or we can decide to do something about it. We can decide to bring forward a change that you believe in, something, an idea that you think will help our community, an idea that will help our fellow citizens, be at the city level, be provincial, or be federal. And Arpan is doing exactly that, and I have absolutely no doubt that Arpan will be a great member of parliament once elected on October 21st. You know, there are many, many ways we can help Arpan for the next 57 days. He's been doing everything he can, and it's honestly great to see a young team surrounding him. We see lots of young kids, youth that's involved in this campaign, and that's really our future. You know, those are our future leaders, those are the decision makers. So him not only doing this for himself as a candidate, but also guiding everyone around, and the team that he's building is awesome. As I mentioned, it takes a lot to win a campaign. You need volunteers. You need funds. So I would encourage each and every one of you to please, whatever you can do to help his campaign, be financially, be taking out some time, coming out, like he said, whether it's an hour, 2, 5, or you can spare a day, especially leading up to advanced polls and on election day, where we're going to need a lot of bodies. So please talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to your neighbors, and let's get Arpan all of the help we can get, and let's make sure we send Arpan to Ottawa on October 21st. Thank you.
I just want to say, since he's moved to Milton, he's saying my name, Arpan. He's forgot the Punjabiness. Thank you so much for that, Farm. Last thing I want to thank is my brothers and sisters from the media. I'd be in trouble if I don't thank them for coming out. Thank you for always covering us. Please don't give us bad coverage. Thank you. Thank you so much. So folks, we're going to keep the party going. There's lots of food, lots of snacks. So we're going to have a good time. I'm still going to be here. Let's get the party started. 57 days to go, guys. Thank you.
So Arpan, thank you for making time for the audience of Avaz Entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Arpan Khanna, the Conservative candidate for Brampton West. North, sorry, my apologies. I'm not the regular anchor, but we're delighted to ask him a few questions that are relevant to the upcoming federal election campaign. Arpan, you talked a little bit about trade, transit, and talent, and your focus on economic development. Can you elaborate a little bit on each individual component, starting with talent retention in Brampton?
Absolutely. I think, we have so much potential here in Brampton. We have one of the youngest, most diverse workforce. We have people that have the work ethic, that want to get to work, have immense skills in all sectors, from the trades to technology to just having the business acumen skills. But we're not unleashing that. We're not tapping in on that. We're not fighting for industry to come invest in Brampton. See, I always say MPs' jobs to be legislators, but their job is also to be ambassadors, to go out in other countries like Turkey, like India, like Pakistan, like China, for that matter, and try and build that relationship to make sure we attract investment to our communities. So that way, right now, the tax system, the way it's set up, 80% is residential, 20% is commercial. That's not a healthy, sustainable society. We got to make sure a 60-40 balance at least.
Okay, so let me build on that. So we've received some grant money from the current federal government to build an artificial intelligence center in Brampton in partnership with Ryerson and a couple of corporate sector entities. How would you take that initiative forward and promote us as Silicon Valley North in the rest of the world?
I think that's absolutely, it all starts with branding first. The first step is branding. We're not even branding ourselves to be that. We have so much positive things in Brampton, but all the time we hear about the sleeping city, it's this, it's that. We got to change that component. So I'll be a brand ambassador. I will make sure that we let people know that we're open for business, that we have the tools to need to succeed and to invest in us. We got to create the investment. Governments do not create jobs. It's the people, it's the companies, it's the business. So we're going to make sure we create that environment for them.
Fantastic. So the perception about conservatives is that we're hard, right, just money-oriented people. On corporate taxes, obviously we want to see a regulation that's conducive to more businesses coming from all over the world and setting up businesses here. How would you, as a community leader, make sure that Brampton residences get a balanced representation, both in terms of protecting the business interests, but also giving back to the community from a social development standpoint?
Absolutely. So if you look at our campaign today, we have folks from business communities, we have everyday Canadians. My mom still works minimum wage, so it's a wide spectrum. I said it in my speech, it doesn't matter what you do for a living. We're Canadians. So we got to make sure we protect the interests of all Canadians. Any bills that come forward in Parliament, we'll do a thorough investigation to see what kind of effect it's going to have on Canadians, and it's about making life easier. Right now, this 44% of our tax dollars, our hard-earned dollars, goes towards taxes. 44% of our hard-earned money is taxes. That's and you add in the mortgages and the expenditure. That's not sustainable. We have Canadians living paycheck to paycheck. We got to change that. We got to make sure there's economic prosperity, not only here in Brampton, but across the country.
And so when you talk about international business attraction, talk a little bit about it from an immigration perspective. Are you going to have a focus solely on economic class immigration, or would you strike a balance between economic class immigration and personal family unions?
That's a great question. I think the main job of any immigration system is to make sure it works, that it does focus on economic, but also focus on family reunification. You cannot have one without the other. People want to be with their families. So we're going to have a nice balance of both those things. Yes, we need to attract the brightest, the best. You got to do that brain drain that other countries are taking away from us. It's our job to do the same thing as well. But at the same time, we're going to make sure the program, we brings in parents and grandparents, and we have a track record of doing that. Look at our past 10 years under our last government. We had a strong economic immigration system, but at the same time, we actually reunified more than any other government before. So we're going to continue that legacy.
Fantastic. Last question. Our men and women in uniform, what is your party's position in terms of the support that current veterans as well as the folks in active service are getting?
Well, I'm always humbled when I hear about their stories, and I used to work for the Ministry of Defense with Jason Kenney, and the work they do, we can never pay them back. They make sacrifices day in, day out for our freedoms, for our country. So I think we've always supported the veterans, we've always supported our men and women in uniform, and it's our job to make sure they have the tools, whether it is PTSD when they come back, when they're having trauma. How do we help them get back into the labor market when they've served? Because a lot of times what happens is they come back and they don't get reintegrated into society. We got to find and build that bridge. So one of our focus will be on supporting veterans, on making sure they have a great post-life after they've served, and making sure when they are serving, we're not giving them used jets. They get the tools they need to survive and do a good job abroad.
Fantastic, folks. So there you have it. You've heard it right from Arpan Khanna himself, his party's platform and his personal convictions in terms of striking a balance between trade, talent retention, immigration, and defense. Thank you, Arpan.
Let's go, Arpan! Let's go, Arpan! First of all, thank you so much Awaz Entertainment for covering all the community events basically. आज हम लोग आए हैं अर्पन खन्ना की ऑफिस ओपनिंग पे, जो कि कैंडिडेट हैं कंजर्वेटिव पार्टी से ब्रैम्पटन नॉर्थ से. बहुत बड़ी तादाद में कम्युनिटी यहाँ पे मौजूद है और इट्स अ गुड बिगिनिंग, मैं तो ये कहूँगा. एंड आई वुड लाइक टू विश अर्पन खन्ना एंड हिज टीम ऑल द बेस्ट. थैंक यू.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. सबसे पहले मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ आवाज़ टीवी का कि आप तशरीफ़ लाए और आपने इस इतने अच्छे कैंपेन ओपनिंग ऑफिस को आपने कवर किया इवेंट को. और दूसरा मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ हमारी कम्युनिटी का. हमारी कम्युनिटी मेंबर्स इस दफ़ा फ़र्स्ट टाइम ऐसा हो रहा है कि हम सारी पार्टीज़ के साथ बड़ा मिलजुल के काम कर रहे हैं. स्पेशली अर्पन खन्ना जो हमारा मोस्ट फेवरेट कैंडिडेट है, इसमें हमारी कम्युनिटी पेश है कैंपेन में और अर्पन को कम्युनिटी में इंट्रोड्यूस करवाने में. मैं अगेन शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ कम्युनिटी का. और इंशाल्लाह ताला मैं एडवांस मुबारकबाद देना चाहता हूँ अर्पन खन्ना को, जो आज अर्पन खन्ना की कैंपेन ऑफिस ओपनिंग हुई है. ये बता रही है कि ब्रैम्पटन नॉर्थ से अगर कोई जीतेगा, अगर कोई एमपी बनेगा तो सिर्फ़ और सिर्फ अर्पन खन्ना है. Arpan Khanna, best of luck for this upcoming election. Thank you very much, Awaz TV again.
We are supporting Arpan. Arpan is very hard-working, and this riding needs an MP like Arpan who cares for the residents, and he's very, very hard-working, and he's a deserving. So we need him. Thank you.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. मोहम्मद शुएब, मेरा नाम शुएब है और मैं ब्रैम्पटन नॉर्थ में रहता हूँ. तो मैं आप सब पाकिस्तानी से एक गुजारिश करना चाहता हूँ कि आप बिल्कुल आप हर किसी को वोट दें. किसी से कोई फोर्स नहीं किया जाएगा, लेकिन एक रिक्वेस्ट है कि अर्पन को मैं देख रहा हूँ, अर्पन इज़ अ नाइस गाय और वो यहीं पर ही पला बड़ा हुआ है. और दूसरा ये है कि यंग है और अच्छा लड़का है. मेरा जहाँ तक ख्याल है कि आप हम सब पाकिस्तानियों को इसको सपोर्ट करना चाहिए और मेरी आपसे सबसे गुजारिश है कि आप पाकिस्तानी मिलकर इसको सपोर्ट करें और ब्रैम्पटन नॉर्थ से इसको जितवाएं. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
My name is Arpan Khanna. I'm your Conservative MP candidate in Brampton North. 57 days are left till the election date. We're here out at our office opening. We've had great support. And my message is very simple. Folks, please go out and vote. We have 4 years of Liberal government that's wasted our taxpayer dollars, that has ruined our country, it's taken us backwards, not forward. So we need folks to get involved who actually have a passion, who have the work experience, and actually want to do something good for our community. If I can do anything, please give me a call on my cell phone, 647-969-7898.
Thank you.